Yeah. They tell you to invest, build something for yourself, put your faith in the market, your future on the shelf. Nobody tells you what's really going on. By the time you figure it out, it might all be gone. Meet a man named Joe, worked 30 years straight, saved every dollar, couldn't hardly wait. Retirement coming, portfolio fat, stocks in his account, so he thought that. Broke a center statement every single month, numbers looking good. Joe never had a hunch that the shares he bought was sitting in a vault, seeding company holding, and it wasn't Joe's fault. Nobody told him about the nominee, nobody mentioned beneficial entitlement fees, nobody said his name wasn't on the books, nobody warned him, all it took was one look. I've seen a man work his whole life through, hand his trust to Wall Street like you're supposed to do. And I've seen that same man standing at the gate, learning seed and co-own everything he made. And I've seen good people trying to understand how they paid for something they can't hold in their hand. Now I've seen the answer, it ain't hard to find. Direct registration, put it in your name this time. Meet a woman named Grace, sharp as a tack, read every prospectus, never look back. Thought she understood the system inside out, until a broker folded and she started to doubt. UCC Article 8 said wait in line, commercial banks and institutions doing just fine. Grace was last in queue for assets in the pool, beneficial entitlement, the cruelest tool. Nobody told about the insolvency clause, nobody warned about the junior creditor laws, nobody said rehabilitation was real, nobody mentioned one share back in every deal. I've seen a woman read every line of print, never found the clause that told her what it meant. And I've seen that same woman left out in the cold, junior claim on asset she already sold, already bought. And I've seen good people waking in the night, wondering how their stock could vanish overnight. Now I've seen the answer written plain as day. Direct registration, take your ownership away from now. 69, the paperwork came crashing down, brokers closing Wednesdays all across the town. Built a central vault to hold the certificates tight, seemed like a good idea in the pale morning light. But DTC became the one and only key. 1996 they made seed and code the D. Jumbo certificate locked behind the door, 87 trillion you were never keeping score. Now every IPO goes straight into their hands, digital replicas released across the lands. You trade the copy, never touch the real, fungible book pooling, that's the Wall Street deal. DTCC sitting like a king upon the throne, NSCC netting every trade to the bone. And you sit at home believing that you own something real and solid, but you're holding just a loan. Now I ain't here to tell you that it all falls down, or that every banker wears a villain's crown. The system solved the problem back in '69, but somewhere on the road they crossed the line. Your name should be recorded, your claim should be real, not a junior entitlement in somebody else's deal. There's a path that's open if you choose to walk past Seed and Co. And here's the talk: DRS.org, go and learn your right. Transfer agent books, you put your name in light. Direct registration system, bypass the game. Registered owner, not a beneficial claim. Legal title yours, company knows your face. Your name upon the ledger, not just taking space. It ain't complicated, it just takes the will to own what you already paid for, and you always will. Now I seen a man reclaim what he always owned. DRS his shares and finally felt at home. And I seen a woman sleep easy through the night. Name upon the transfer agent, everything is right. And I've seen good people finally understand the stock they paid for sitting in their hand for real. So don't let them hypnotize you any longer, friend. Direct registration, that's where the story ends. Yeah. Seed and Co ain't got a hold, what's yours? DRS.org. Go open up the door.